On March 16th, 2011, we went to the National Mississippi River Museum and Aquarium located in Dubuque, Iowa. The museum and aquarium is affiliated with the Smithsonian Institute, and so it was really a top-notch facility, one of the best places I'd ever been to as far as museums go. There was a really nice cafe you can see here with a view over the water, and I thought the museum was well organized. There was a three-dimensional map that they give out for free basically to those who pay the price to get in. It's about $15 to get in just for seeing the museum. And as you can see on these maps, the front and the back here, it's a pretty large facility with a lot to see. There basically are two main buildings, an east building, which is what you'll be seeing here first, and then the west building. Many of the displays were just kind of artwork done, as you can see here, a depiction of early history along the river, and some of the clothing and history and even artifacts. Here's some arrowheads from Native Americans in the Mississippi River area. There were also some displays from more recent history of the Mark Twain era, and here you can see some models that are set up of boats, and I found this display coming up kind of interesting. The clerk's office, you can see an old desk with paperwork, and it looks like a quote from Mark Twain there on the wall from the early days. Then we also watched a video presentation there that was projected on the wall, and it was very interesting, not just about the Mississippi River, but just kind of river history in general for the United States and the importance of rivers early on, a little bit about what goes into making rivers and dams and locks and that type of thing, the technology that goes into it. And it looked like some kind of classic black and white historic video, which I thought was kind of neat to see, original footage. What you're seeing here are just a few minutes of a longer presentation, but very worth seeing. In addition to basic, models, scale models, and traditional displays that you might expect to see in a nice museum, and of course, like this is an interactive turning wheel, is kind of interesting. You could go from one step to the next and read about river history. They had quite a few of those, and also some buttons you could push to show different routes along the river and stages along, I guess, the development of the river. There were also some really nice, you can see here, a colorful display about the different parts of a river. But in addition to those standard things you'd expect to see, there were some really nice interactive touch screens, large-size touchscreen displays spread around the museum that allowed you to have a really nice interactive experience there with multiple options as you go through the touch screen. So I thought that was a nice integration with the other displays. Here you can see a close-up and the quality of video that's on these touch display systems. Beyond just, as I say, the local river history and information, there was a broader presentation about rivers and the ocean, and even going into details about climate change and the impact of rising shores along the coastline. So I guess I found that interesting, that the museum not only did a really good job of covering the Mississippi River, but as well, history of other American rivers. You can see here a very nice video projected on the wall. The aquarium in the east building was really pretty spectacular. It was about, 14 feet high, and had a lot of variety of fish in it. In addition to the variety of fish, there was also some sort of coral reef-like displays as well, and I thought that was a nice mix to really complete the picture of the rivers and the oceans. In the wildlife
aquarium area in the West Building, there were ducks and fish and other wildlife that you'd expect to see in the Mississippi River area. It's a really nice display there. The water was really clear, and one of the scenes I liked was this turtle swimming around under the water. It was just so crisp and clear you could see it as if it was swimming in midair. This fish was huge, probably 3 or 4 feet in size. You can't really do it justice on a video camera, but some of the other fish as well were just spectacular. And what you're seeing here is a video that was on display on some monitors along the wall in the West Building. Amazing aerial either helicopter or airplane views of the Mississippi River that you just couldn't get from standing on a bluff, even with a good view. The displays in the West Building were just as spectacular as what I saw in the East Building, just really top-notch, and a lot of interactive multimedia, as well as just to scale models that were interesting. There's one here you can see on a table showing the river and pointing out some different aspects of the dynamics there of the river and how it takes shape and flows. Here is a picture of the gift shop, which I thought was pretty spectacular. This is the one in the West Building. There's also a really nice gift shop in the East Building that I don't have on video here. But overall, it was a great experience. I'd highly recommend a visit to the National Mississippi River Aquarium and Museum in the Dubuque area. So that was our visit. I hope you enjoyed the video. And this was produced using iMovie on an iPhone 4.